Hi everyone, and welcome back to Utah SEO Ninja. My name is Tristan, and today we are looking at SpyFu. Now, SpyFu is a really cool tool, and what it does is it allows you to really dig deep into what other businesses are doing in regards to AdWords, so paid traffic. Now, what I'm specifically looking at here, and what I was looking for, was I was really curious to see how larger businesses, like big businesses, so we have like State Farm here, for example, who's spending $4.23 million, how these businesses are adapting to like the quarantines and the virus and all this other stuff. Just because on a smaller scale, so like smaller businesses and a lot of the people that I'm working with, we've actually seen some really drastic drops in like the way that our AdWords accounts are running and like conversions and traffic and even just getting people to click. So like one of the big things that people are complaining about lately is that like we have a set daily budget, but we're not even meeting that budget just because people aren't clicking on anything. So I was curious to see what the big guys were doing, and so that's why we pulled this up. So what we're looking at here is I gave SpyFu 10 different industries. Just kind of picked like the big names in those industries, the first guys that kind of came to mind, and I wanted to see what their numbers looked like. So, for example, this is State Farm. So, State Farm has been targeting 207,000 keywords. They're getting about just shy of 400,000 clicks per month, and they're spending about $4.23 million per month um, in ads. And so we can see this graph. We can kind of see how their campaigns have been going. And these guys are actually the outliers here. These are the ones who have actually started spending more money. They're up about $1 million a month since the beginning of the year. But what's been interesting, and this is really what stood out for me, because like, well, let's do this first. So if we scroll down here to the top paid competitors, this is just going to show us more multiple websites instead of just one, right? So if we look at their ad budgets, we can see the red line here is State Farm. It's actually gone up. Like I said, it's gone up quite a bit. But like Progressive has stayed pretty high. It's gone up a little bit. Geico is about consistent. Quotable, who I'm not familiar with, they've gone up quite a bit. Insure.com's remained pretty consistent. And of course, State Farm, Jake's spending a lot of money over there. We should probably go and check on him. But this really caught my attention because, like I said, the budgets across the board. So I'll show you a few of these budgets. So this is Amazon, eBay, Target, and then I'm not sure who these guys are, but the platforms that they were competitors. Like a lot of these ad spends and budgets have been really consistent. Like there's a few of them, like I said, where it's going up a little bit. But take a look at this. So if we look at the number of clicks, again, that's raising about the same as what we see with the ads. But if we look at the actual keywords that are being targeted, we see these huge drops starting in about February across the board. So I'm going to show you a whole bunch of these real quick, but take a look at this, right? So they started scaling up and then they just kind of started dropping stuff off. So that's with car insurance. So Amazon and eBay and Target kind of doing the same thing. So we saw this big spike in January, which again is kind of normal. Lots of people are buying stuff, especially if around Christmas, but then it drops. If we look over here at, this is for travel sites, right? So budget's the same, clicks are the same, but the keywords are dropping. This is for online education, budget's the same, clicks are the same. And again, we've seen a pretty significant decrease in the keywords that are being targeted. So here's Lowe's and Home Depot. So over here at the ad budget, clicks, and drops in keywords. Now, we can pull this out and see a little bit further. There's a little bit of seasonality to some of these things. So like you'd probably see a little bit more seasonality to, like Lowe's and Home Depot, typically come spring, you're going to start seeing a big increase in the kinds of ads that are being shown. But, it's just been awfully consistent, which again is kind of strange to me. Now, I've been thinking about this all morning, and I can show you a lot more of these too. So like these are buying cars, and again, we got the drop. This one's actually a junk one that was not supposed to be in here. Vistaprint, doing the same thing. So they've actually been dropping pretty significantly. Buying flowers online are also dropping. And then this one's like Walmart and Amazon and outdoor cooking, that kind of stuff. So here's what I'm looking at. And here's what I'm thinking is going on here. So the actual ad budgets have not decreased. And in the case of State Farm, it's gone up. The amount of clicks hasn't actually decreased. But what has decreased is, like I said, the number of keywords that are actually being targeted. So what I'm looking at, what this is telling me is that these larger businesses, they're not actually cutting back on their marketing at all. what they're doing is they're going through and they are better optimizing their ad campaigns so that excuse me, I gotta remember to edit that out. They're optimizing these AdWords campaigns so that they perform better. So that way they're targeting much more specifically on those certain audiences, and the people who are actually going to convert and turn into money for them. And so you can do that. It's a little bit complicated. It helps to have a lot of the extra analytics tied into your AdWords account. So having like Google AdWords tied in, having things like call rails, that way you can track phone calls, and then just knowing how to understand all that information. Unfortunately, I don't have a dummy account set up to show you. I'm only working with client accounts right now, but I think that by going in and really looking at the data that you already have and making those adjustments so that way those campaigns are a lot more laser focused, then it's going to be a really big help to you. And there are a couple different ways that you can do that as well. Some of the other things I'd like to show you guys just to kind of help make that process a little bit easier. First, of course, is going to be this tool here, SpyFu. This is really, 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 really helpful. I'll leave a link to this in the description, in the comments of the YouTube video once it goes live. But what this will do is it will actually show you which keywords are being bid on and how many clicks they're getting from those these campaigns, and about what they're spending. So Walmart's spending almost $6 million a month in ads, but it doesn't compare to Mr. Amazon over here, who's spending like $30 million in ads, something like that. It's pretty ridiculous. Let's see if we can just open up there. There we go. And the crazy thing is this is saying that 99% of their traffic is still organic, which is absolutely bonkers to me. But you can see they're targeting 12 million keywords. They're getting about 3 billion organic clicks per month. Oh, excuse me, those are the keywords that they rank for organically. And they're getting about 41 million clicks per month. And they're targeting about another 6 million. And they're spending $31 million a month in ads. So if anybody has an ad budget this big and they need help managing it, shoot me an email. I'd be happy to help. I'll give you a discount. But it's pretty neat. So like you said, you can see who your competitors are. Actually, let's do this. Well, yeah, we'll keep looking at this. So you can see they're competing with eBay and Target are their two biggest competitors as far as ads. We can see which keywords are shared between the two, and then which ones are shared between the three, and so on. And again, this is just really helpful because it will help you to see like who else is buying traffic in your industry and like what keywords they're going after and how much they're spending. And that way you have an idea of what kind of keywords maybe you want to go after, and it gives you an idea about how much you're going to spend. So here are some of their top keywords right now. And then we can actually even see the ads that they are promoting. So like here is keyword official sites. So that would be like, if you're searching for pacifiers, which is apparently a thing again. Adult pacifiers, it'd be like adult pacifier, official site, free delivery with Prime, Amazon, and then that's it. And so this ad went up in January of this year. And then they did the same thing over here. Huge selection and great prices, free delivery Prime or with Prime. So, just kind of testing some different variations of their ads. And like we can see all kinds of crazy stuff. Like we can see how far back they're going. We can see how much these things are costing them. Like it's pretty neat. So these are all their K-Cups ads on Amazon, on Google, and so on. And this will also show you like some keywords as far as where they're ranking in Google. We can see some of their links and so on. So it's a really, really helpful ad. It's helpful for SEO, but it's really, really good for AdWords. So let's take a look at Utah SEO Ninja real quick. I'm curious to see what pops up. I don't think we're running any ads right now. Yeah, this is pretty sad. But, if you wanted to do local ads, right? So we're not really doing a lot of ads on this right now. We're so focused on clients, it's what's the saying? A cobbler's children wearing busted shoes, something like that. But we get a lot more traffic than this, just in case anyone's curious. But if I wanted to start running another ad campaign, right, and I know that these guys here, the Salt Lake SEO, I know these guys are one of my really big competitors here in the area, and so I can pull up their campaigns and see what maybe they're targeting. And like if I know, hey, these keywords are doing really well for them, if they're spending a lot of money on this, then maybe what I want to do is I want to go and start ranking for those keywords, so that way I can get the traffic for free and they can keep spending money on it. But yeah, so that's that. So yeah. But yeah, so that's how that works. It's pretty cool. Like I said, I really like this tool. It helps quite a bit. So um, again, so if you guys do have some AdWords campaigns that you would like us to take a look at and to kind of help to polish and to clean up, then just shoot me an email. My contact information is on the description of the video or on the Twitch stream, and we'd be happy to take a look at that and see what we can do to help out. Um, but otherwise, like I said, you're probably going to want to take a look at something like this. Just go in and just really look at your AdWords campaign, see where your conversions are coming from, see where your clicks are coming from, see how those people are interacting with your website. And if something's not performing at the level that you want it to, if you're not making money off of the traffic that you're spending money on, you're probably going to want to pause either the campaign or the keyword or whatever, so that way you're not wasting money. And that's what we like to do, is not waste money. But yeah, so I think that'll do it for this first segment. We have a second segment coming up here in just a minute. And again, don't forget to come and watch these things live on twitch.tv/gaming SEO. See you guys in the next one.